For today's good question, Mandy asks, how often do stamp prices increase? Before this year, there was no set schedule. That could change. Looking at the price of a first-class letter from the National Postal Museum Archive, those increases are coming more often. We will start at 1971 when a stamp cost 8 cents. In the 1970s and the 80s, there were 4 increases each decade. The 90s only had 3 of them. You see them right there. Then 6 in each of the 2000s and the 2010s. 2016 also saw a price decrease down to 47 cents before going back up to 49 cents the next year. And the last 3 years have all seen an increase, the most recent taking effect in January. Just a few weeks ago, the Postal Service said that this summer they plan to raise the price of first-class stamps to 66 cents. And according to the New York Times, the Postal Regulatory Commission said they expect prices to go up in January and July of each year for the foreseeable future. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.